Thank you, President. My question is to the Minister for Industry and Innovation, Senator Ayres. This morning, the ABC reported that social media posts about events that never took place involving myself, Senator Hanson, the Prime Minister and other public figures were being created by foreign actors using AI to drive engagement and generate revenue. At a time when AI is being used more and more as a tool to divide and misinform, the government is backing away from regulation. The decision to abandon the AI advisory body is just one example of this. Minister, at a time when AI is causing harm without consequence, why have you abandoned the AI advisory board after investing $200,000 in a 15-month recruitment process?
Thank you, Senator Payman. Minister Ayres.
Well, the kind of conduct that you refer to, misinformation and disinformation spread often by either extremist elements in Australia, sometimes originating from overseas, sometimes supercharged by the kind of technologies that you refer to, is something, of course, that we all should fight against, that we all should be determined to oppose, because it's corrosive in democratic terms when people are misrepresented. The approach that the government has taken in relation to artificial intelligence, I mean, there are some elements of that, of course, that are social media and digital and misinformation and disinformation questions. But in relation to the artificial intelligence aspect of that, the approach that the government is taking was set out in the National Artificial Intelligence Plan that I released some months ago. And the first two components about that, capturing the economic advantage here for strategic reasons as much as economic reasons, making sure we spread the benefits through the community, but thirdly, establishing the Artificial Intelligence Safety Institute, is the approach that this government is taking to regulation in relation to artificial intelligence.
Minister Ayres. Senator Payman.
Thank you, President. Just on a point of relevance, I specifically asked about the AI advisory body, and with the 30 seconds left, could you please redirect the minister?
Thank you, Senator Payman. There was also a preamble to that question. The minister is being relevant to your question. Minister Ayres, please continue.
So we provided $29.9 million in funding to establish the institute. Existing laws, including workplace safety, consumer protection, privacy and copyright, apply to artificial intelligence right now. They are enforced by strong regulatory agencies, and our approach is to task and build the capability of those agencies so they do that work in an uninterrupted and effective way.
Thank you, Minister. Senator Payman, first supplementary.
Thank you, President. Minister, it's not just on social media that AI threatens to disrupt the existing order. In our schools, our universities, at the GPs and in the office, AI has changed how we work and learn. Since the disappointing removal of former Minister Husic, the government has indicated it will take a light-touch approach to regulation. Why has the government discarded the work of Mr Husic on a standalone AI Act?
Thank you, Senator Payman. Minister Ayres.
Well, I don't think we've used that language of light touch to describe our approach. It's an effective regulatory approach. And in each of the theatres of activity that you described, there are important benefits that artificial intelligence can offer to Australians, health terms and productivity terms. Say you wanted to produce 35,000 questions on notice, and you had, say, 4 staff to do that work. And say you thought it was going to take about 30 minutes for each question on notice.
Order.
My maths...
Order. Senator McGrath, come to order.
I'm more a maths kind of guy than a maths kind of guy, but if my maths says that if you could do 304 questions on notice every week, it would take your office 460 weeks to produce
Senator
that work.
McGrath.
But if you used artificial intelligence to produce 35 questions on notice, Senator Hume, at home or at work—
Thank you, Minister. The time for answering has expired. Senator Payman, second supplementary.
Minister, you're doing a great job dodging my questions. Let's hope you can answer this one. Australians know that influence is power in this place, and industry giants have access to ministers who they present with talking points and influence the decision-making of executive government. Minister, since you became the Minister for Industry and Innovation last year, on how many occasions have you met with representatives of OpenAI, Anthropic and other AI companies?
Thank you, Senator Payman. Minister Ayres.
Well, can I maybe say a couple of things that if I can assist in terms of meetings, I'd be very happy to. It's my approach to meet regularly with industry, whether it's in the smelter sector, whether it's in the artificial intelligence sector, wherever it is. You know, my office is not a place where we hide from industry. But the implication underlying your question, I think, is utterly offensive. Like, just because we disagree about the approach that we take.
Minister Ayres, please resume your seat. Senator Nampijinka-Price.
Point of order. The minister never directs his answers through you, Chair.
Thank you, Senator Nampijinka-Price. I'll remind the minister to direct his questions to me. Minister Ayres, I remind you to direct your questions to me. I beg your pardon, your answers.
President, just because those of us in this place disagree, I think the idea that there's not room for disagreement and people can't form different views about what is in the national interest here, I happen to think that it's in the national interest to make sure that we secure as much of the technology stack here in Australia and that it's run by Australians in our national